Congressman, let me start with you. Your reaction and anything you can add to our understanding of what went on yesterday.
Well, I was so proud of General Milley and Secretary Austin. I was proud to be an American because I believe in America's exceptionalism. I was born in Philadelphia in 1976, our bicentenary. And you know what makes us exceptional? That we have leaders who are well-read, that we have leaders who can understand that race and gender are issues and don't hide that and actually want America to be better. So I thought they conducted themselves with such dignity, and the vast majority of Americans would be proud of how they handled themselves.
Any efforts behind the scenes to depoliticize these hearings, to stop them from becoming fodder for Fox News, to try to present to the military a united front of support?
Nicole, actually, I thought General Milley and Secretary Austin did that. Here's what was remarkable about them. They didn't launch any attacks on those Republican congresspeople. Actually, they showed their intellectual openness by engaging them in good faith. They didn't have ad hominem attacks. It was so easy for them to attack them. But they said, look, we're going to take you seriously because you represent a constituency. We don't care if you criticize us. That's the job of a democracy. We will be strong as a nation. This doesn't hurt our defense to have a vigorous debate. And I thought, you know, when Representative Wallace asked Secretary Austin, well, there's some practices that may not be correct, Secretary Austin said, I'll look into that. And if there's something that's not appropriate, we'll stop it. But the visual for the world to see of an African-American Secretary of Defense and a Joint Chiefs of Staff who's white reporting to him, unified, asking and answering questions with humility, that is an incredible symbol of the true multiracial democracy we are. It's so much more powerful than anything someone says on Fox News or any single Republican's question.
I mean, if I could just respectfully follow up, Congressman, I think what we've learned over the last 6 months is that half the country sees something very different. So I think you're right. The vast majority of us saw this incredibly hopeful sign that finally a line was reached, even for the top military official in our country and the Secretary of Defense. But what they saw on the other side of the divide, the side where they still think magically the disgraced, twice impeached ex-president will be reinstated sometime in mid-August, was a campaign to defund the United States military right now. How do you make sure that doesn't take hold the way the big lie took hold and other propaganda being pushed out there from that very powerful media outlet?
Well, first, you win. I agree with Paul that I don't think this is winning politics to talk about not funding our military, who make the biggest sacrifices. I mean, Americans don't agree with much. One thing they agree with is that we respect the military in this country. We respect people who wear the uniform and serve. So I think that is horrible politics for them. And I think we win in the ballot box in 2022. But we also need to actually investigate, and this is why the Speaker announced the Select Committee. But my view is that the radicalization of the Republican Party is going to continue to backfire on them electorally, especially in suburban districts.